You guys, I just found this crazy old Western ghost town. So I'm gonna try to pull off this road and see if anything is like still open there, if people still live there. It seems really cool. It looks like there should be horses and wagons and cowboys. So we're gonna go check this out. It looks crazy. All of these buildings, you guys, are just completely boarded up. Looks like nobody's been there in like 80 years. But what I'm more excited about than anything is they have an antique shop. So I'm gonna take you guys inside and show you what they have, and maybe we'll pick up a couple of things. They have all kinds of really cool stuff, but it seems like it's a pretty good mix of really different things. They've got a lot of really cool old like farm equipment, a lot of old metal stuff that's just completely rusted. This is very cool. Now these things you gotta be kind of careful with because a lot of these can be just tourist pieces, but this actually looks like it has some age to it. And the really cool thing about it is this tip here. It actually says Sheffield, England right on this spearhead tip right here. So when people were coming over from England, they were bringing all of these crazy things with them that Native American tribes had never seen before. So they actually would repurpose a lot of these random things that were brought over from England. And this is actually a tip from sheep shearing scissors, which is kind of cool. And that actually adds to the authenticity of this piece. So I'm probably going to get this. She's only asking $40 for it, which I think is a great price for something like this. So I'm probably going to grab that. Hi. They have these really cool porcelain lighting fixtures. They want $55 for them, which is kind of high. I'm probably not going to get those, but those are kind of cool. They have these Waterford lamps, and I don't think she knows they're Waterford because she's only asking $20 for the pair, and it's really hard to find like a complete pair of Waterford lamps. And these are pretty old. These are probably from the 70s, and they're in really good shape. They're in good condition. They have no chips or cracks, and I'm going to probably go ahead and grab these for that price. This Frederick Remington sculpture is literally the largest Frederick Remington sculpture I've ever seen in my life. Now, I've shown you guys a few pieces from Frederick Remington over the years, and this one is by far the biggest I've ever shown you because it is the biggest that I have ever seen. And I can't even imagine how much something like this weighs because the sculpture itself would be completely solid bronze. This thing has to weigh at least several hundred pounds. Like, this thing is crazy and it's huge, and I don't even want to know how much something like this is worth. Oh my gosh, it's very cool. So I was glad I got to show that to you guys. She asks me if I want to go outside on her patio. People tend to leave stuff in the rain, and by the time you get to it, it's been pretty well destroyed. But every now and then you can find a really cool piece that somebody has left out on their back porch. But she has this Art Deco magazine holder, which I think is amazing, but it is completely rusted now. It's not terrible, like somebody can clean it up, and I'm probably gonna get this and just sell it as is because it's a really cool piece, and it's got a good look to it. I actually really love these old magazine racks. They're very, very cool, and you can find these in all kinds of different designs. She's only asking $20 for it, and even with all of this rust on it, I still think that's a really good deal for something like this. Okay, you guys, so that was actually a pretty good stop. I feel like I ended up getting some good things, and I'm excited about all of the stuff that I got, but she told me that there's another antique shop and it's right down the street. You guys, this is crazy. It would have been very cool to have seen this town in its heyday. I feel like some of these old hotels and these old saloons would have been really cool to experience firsthand. But we're here, we're gonna see what kind of stuff they have. Okay, so this must be the shop. Oh my gosh. Can I pet them?
Oh yeah, you can pick them up.
Oh my gosh, look at those ears. Little baby. What are their names?
Oh, I don't know.
You didn't name them? This woman that owns this shop, she has all of these rabbits. None of them have a name. She doesn't care.
My grandson was here yesterday and he says, I've never seen a real bunny.
I don't think I've ever touched a real bunny, actually. I've never felt a rabbit ear before.
Half New Zealand and the other half is giant chinchilla.
Oh.
Which is, I guess, a kind of rabbit.
I asked her how she got started with opening up a shop, and she told me that she couldn't decide what kind of store to have, so she literally named her store This and That, and she decided to just sell like random stuff. And I'm like, yes, you are how more people in the world should be. Like, if you want to do something, just do it. And she's like, I want to have a store. I want to have a random store with random items, and that's what I'm going to do. I don't care what anybody thinks. So she opened up this store that just sells the most random stuff that you will ever see in your life. But I will say this, I go into this back room where she has all of her kitchen stuff, and she actually has a really rare set of china. This is from a company called Pratt Fenton, and this set is super old, you guys. This is from the late 1800s, early 1900s, and it's nearly impossible to find a complete set like this. So something like this just sitting here on this table, she's only asking $25 for it. I'm totally gonna grab this. I think it's a really, really good set, and it's all in really good condition. Some of it does have some chips, but for $25 and to find a set this size, it just doesn't happen. And they're all really heavy. You can definitely feel the quality right when you pick them up. So as I'm paying, she's telling me about this store that was open here in like the 20s and 30s, and it was open for like 50 years, and it was one of this town's main stores. She said that when they had closed, they boarded it up and nobody had been inside the store for like 30 or 40 years. And she's like, somebody let me inside the store, one of the family members, I guess. I ended up getting all kinds of really cool vintage stuff that's like older beauty supply stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And she's like, go look over there. All of this stuff is from that store. You guys, it is like all of this crazy vintage like beauty products and medications. And now, unfortunately, they're not that valuable, but it's still really cool to have a huge set of these that haven't been touched for years and years and years. So it's kind of a cool thing. Look at this Pepto-Bismol. I don't actually know what anybody would do with any of this stuff because I can't imagine any of it is really very safe to use. Okay, you guys, so that was kind of incredible. I love that woman. I love her bunnies. I love her store. I think she's amazing. So she tells me that there's a thrift store. So I am like over the moon right now. We're gonna go and check out the thrift store. No joke, they literally have a thrift store. So we're gonna go look at the thrift store. I'm gonna show you guys what they have. This place is packed. Like, who's donating all of this stuff? Like, I can't imagine all of these clothes coming from just people in this little town. This is crazy. So much stuff. There's tons of kitchen stuff. There's tons of tools, tons of old bowls and cups. It's pretty full in here, you guys. We're talking, these aisles are like a foot wide. I am having to shimmy through these things, and it is not easy. So I look behind this box, and there is an all Clad Fondue Set still in the original box. You guys, this looks completely unused, and they're only asking $6 for this. I'm gonna need to grab this and open it up and make sure everything is there and make sure it's in like normal sellable condition. And sure enough, you guys, it does not even look used. So I will be getting this. So this ended up being a really good stop. I am so excited about everything that I ended up getting. She just told me about this other town that's only like 30 minutes away that is apparently super historic. 1900s, unchanged. It was really busy for agriculture back in like the 18 and 1900s. Now there's only like 80 or 90 people that live there, but it's completely unchanged, and they have a Main Street area just like this, but it's even cooler. So we're gonna go and check it out, and I'm gonna take you guys along for the ride, but you have to tune in next week because this video is just gonna be too long. So I'm super excited to check it out, you guys. I'll see you guys next week. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, make sure you do it now so you don't miss future episodes. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.